Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Today we are gathered here on the Parkway. We are marching and we are calling out for liberation, for dignity, for racial, economic, and gender justice. And beneath it all, we are in pain. We are suffering from the crushing burden of sexism, racism, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, xenophobia, classism, ableism, transphobia, and homophobia. We are suffering from the terrible toll that they take on our communities, on our bodies, and on our souls. The way these forces sully every strand of our social fabric, the way they make us sick. On this Sabbath morning, Jewish people around the world are telling the story of the Exodus from Egypt. The journey to liberation begins with a cry. The Israelite people are suffering, they can't bear it anymore, and so they cry out. And their cries are heard. The premise and the promise of this story is that when we cry out, the God of justice and mercy hears us and remembers us. Vata'al shavatam, and our cry rose up. Vayishma et na'akatam, and our voice was heard. Today our cries rise up, our voices will be heard. We are survivors, groaning from the strain of injustice. This year, among our dead, we mourn for Jewish elders gunned down while praying in their synagogue on a Shabbat morning like this one. We mourn for African American women who gave birth and bled to death because their pain was not taken seriously. We mourn for migrant children who stopped breathing, imprisoned in camps in our country. We mourn for people of color whose lives and freedom were plundered by mass incarceration in this nation. We mourn for trans women and indigenous girls missing and murdered. We carry the stories of all of our ancestors and our siblings who have died by genocide and by suicide, by patriarchy and by white supremacy. We lift up and hear their cries today. And their cries rise up and their voices will be heard. We, the living, we are courageous and vulnerable. We are warriors of love. We are impressively angry. We are beautiful. We are beloved. We are worthy of dignity. We are worthy of life.
That's right.
We ache with the shame of having ever been told otherwise. We are all of these things at once. We are all of these things and more. And our cries rise up and our voices will be heard. Exactly as we are, where we are in this moment. My siblings, my comrades, my friends, your pain is real. Our pain is real. And so is our power. When we bring our varied voices together, when we cry out in different languages, different keys, and different rhythms, we are a mass movement, a collective of millions mobilized, reconstructing a feminism that affirms the voices of all. Our cries rise up and our voices will be heard. In the book of Exodus, the Israelites leave Egypt by way of the Sea of Reeds. They cross the sea on a strip of dry land, and then they sing a song of celebration. According to some commentators, the Israelites start to sing, not when they reach the other shore. Rather, they sing as they walk through the waves into the unknown, with walls of water towering over them on the right and on the left. So here we are today, marching amidst threats of walls and oceans rising. And still, we sing. The road to freedom is never straightforward. It is full of twists and turns, false starts, dead ends, do-overs, and still, we sing. There is joy, too, in this place, in this movement, as we build and act and dance, as we open, repair, and connect, as we breathe and rest and nurture. And so we sing. On this path to justice, may we sing, may we cry, may we listen, for together we shall